A student named Luke McNamara wants to practice law. An orphan townie who grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, he excelled academically enough to receive a scholarship to college, where he now competes as a champion rower. Will and Chloe, his romantic interest, are his closest college pals. Luke is the skipper and Will is the coxswain of the Bulldog 8 rowing squad. When Luke receives an invitation to join a covert organization called the Skulls, his friendships suffer. By taking an artifact from a competing secret organization, Luke completes the first step of the initiation process. His soulmate and co-conspirator, according to the Skulls, is boxing prodigy Caleb Mandrick. Standing in front of a wall that has the word war inscribed in large capital letters, a senior Skull gives Luke and Caleb a lesson in the hidden ritual room. According to a senior Skull, the Skulls demand that their members demonstrate their mettle in combat. Will and Luke have a falling out because Luke turns into a Skull. Luke becomes friends with Lytton Mandrick, Caleb's father. Lytton, a federal court judge and the current chairman of the Skulls, is vying for a Supreme Court seat. Luke piques the curiosity of Lytton and Senator Ames Leverett, his partner. Will, who has spent some time studying the Skulls, finds their ceremonial chamber. Caleb traps Will in the room, and during the resulting battle, Will is rendered unconscious. His father tells Caleb to leave the room, and then he gives Skulls member and University Provost Martin Lombard the order to break Will's neck. Will appears to have hanged himself in his dorm room, according to the Skulls. Grieving at Will's passing, Luke starts to believe Caleb killed him. Additionally, Caleb feels terrible since he thinks that Will's death was caused by Caleb's blow to him. Luke calls on his childhood pals to assist in cracking the case. Luke gets the Skulls surveillance videos, which demonstrate that Lombard was responsible for the murder, with their assistance. Luke discovers how afraid Caleb is of his father while attempting to persuade him of the truth. The Skulls Council, who are aware that Luke possesses the tapes, votes that he is no longer loyal before Luke can provide the evidence to the police. Lytton Mandrick uses photos of Luke with his much younger lover to threaten Ames Leverett into voting against him. Detective Sparrow switches the tape when Luke goes to the police, and Luke is sent in a mental health facility. Luke escapes the hospital with the aid of Ames and Chloe, and the two of them avoid an assassination attempt by Martin Lombard, who is shot and killed by Detective Sparrow, who works for Leverett. Luke concludes that he must bring war to them and fight the Skulls according to their own laws. Using Rule 119, he challenges Caleb to a duel on the Skulls' secret island. Another Skull rule prevents Lytton from competing in the duel, despite his best efforts to replace his son. Luke drops his revolver and tries to persuade Caleb that he is not accountable for Will's murder once they have completed their 10 steps and turned around. Caleb is under pressure from Lytton to murder Luke, but he is unable to do so. Lytton picks up a pistol and tries to shoot Luke, but Caleb shoots his father first. Terrified by his actions, Caleb attempts suicide but Luke intervenes. Luke understands that Lytton was brought down by Senator Leverett's manipulation of him and others. Despite Leverett's assurances that he will be found and that the Skulls will embrace him due to his military prowess, Luke grows disenchanted with them and declines to continue participating. The words "Well done, son, well done" are spoken by Leverett as Luke leaves.